I told you guys that we'd get you another video with the Jimny, didn't I? I promised you guys, and we have it. And not only do we have it all to ourselves. Look. All the crowds have disappeared. We are here bright and early in the morning. Come on, we had to wake up bright and early in the morning to have a closer look at that, didn't we? And of course, to bring that to all of you guys. So I think a proper walk around is in order. And this time around, the car isn't locked because look, we've got the keys. Doors are open as well. So we're going to have a look at the exterior, at the interior, and basically have a deep dive, a deep close look, like a deep tissue massage of the Maruti Suzuki Jimny, which is, of course, the biggest attraction of the 2023 Auto Expo. And since we've not done the interiors, I think we should get straight to that. First things first, this is going to be annoying to some people, the flappy little handles. Pull handles would have been nicer, but well, it is what it is. First impressions when you actually open the car, it's very, very Maruti Suzuki, like the steering wheel is something that you've seen before. But the dials, now people are complaining that, oh, they're old looking dials, oh, they look really sort of outdated, they aren't digital. That's there for a reason. It's a hark back to what the Gypsy had, to the point where even the rivets on the Gypsy sort of speedometer binnacle are still here. I don't know if they're real. I'm sorry, they're not rivets, they're Allen bolts, but nonetheless, it looks very, very similar to what my Gypsy has, and that's great because what I'm going to do when we get this car to drive is put this next to my Gypsy, which incidentally is also green, well, not this green, but a darker green, and sort of do a side-by-side comparison. In fact, a lot of people have said that they want to sort of remove this Jimny badge right here and put a Gypsy badge. That would be slightly cool, isn't it? Anyways, we'll go back to the interior because I promised you guys that we'd do the interior first. So, let me have a quick seat in it. Now this is basically my driving position and ooh, this feels so nice. Now I love a car which has great views of the bonnet, and this gives me an edge-to-edge view. So if you're a first-time buyer or a younger buyer, or you're sort of learning how to drive, this thing is going to be great because the visibility from this is spectacular. You can see both the edges of the bonnet. The bonnet is nicely big in front of you. You're sitting high up, like properly high up. Well, not as high up as you would sit in, say, like a Thar or a bigger SUV, but still you're sitting upright and nice and high up. And even the rear is visible because, of course, you have the spare tire, so you can actually know where your car actually ends. Overall, typically expected quality from Maruti Suzuki. I mean, it's not great, but it's not bad either. People are going to replace these vents and get some nice lit ones, I'm sure. The amount of aftermarket stuff that I can just see in the first 30 seconds of getting into this car is unbelievable. I mean, people are going to hydro dip all of this, people are going to change these. I'm sure people are going to change these and put some new stuff there. I'm sure people are going to change these little Allen bolts and put some colored ones. There's just so much to do in the Jimny. And look, I am 5'10", 5'11", sort of 5'10 and a half, and there's about 4 fingers of space, so about 2 inches, 2.5 inches, 3 inches of space left. Overall, is there no height adjustment? No, there isn't, sadly. But well, I think this is just a very, very nice place to be. It's a very quirky place to be. That's the word I was looking for, quirky. And this whole car is quirky, isn't it? Nice. Okay, quickly, let's see if we can get into the back seat. Now, as I said, that's been adjusted to my driving position. I'm going to be comfortable there. So, okay, you do have to duck your head just a little bit to get in and out. But, oh, wow, once you're in, hey, this isn't bad at all. This is actually quite nice and spacious. And you know what the nicest thing is? Again, just like the front, you're sitting up high, upright. Look at this. I mean, yes, there isn't enough space for 5 people, okay? Forget about it. Forget about it. But 4 people in this car, nice little road trip car, big boot at the back, you've got enough space for a bunch of friends to do crazy stuff. I like it. I genuinely do like it. Just a bit of a squeeze getting in and out because this isn't too big. But, well, you gotta live with a couple of follies, don't you? Now, let's talk about the engine. Okay, so under the hood, what is it powered by? That's a question that a lot of people have asked, and we've answered that in the first look video, the sort of first look video, but we'll re-answer that question for you because I really want you guys to watch this video as your comprehensive know-it-all guide for the Jimny, okay? So, under this hood is a 4-cylinder K15 1.5 engine. We've seen that in a whole bunch of cars. I mean, literally everything in the Maruti, well, almost everything in the Maruti stable gets it. So 105 horsepower, 134 Newton meters of torque might not look like a lot, especially when comparing it to something like the Thar. But I'm guessing with this curb weight being what, 1,000 kilos, 1,100 kilos, it's going to be pretty nimble, it's going to be pretty brisk. And I think the manual is really the one to go for here, because the automatic, as nice as it is the older 4-speed gearbox. It's not the newer 6-speed. The problem with that is, or the advantage, no, let's talk about the advantage first, okay? That package, as we know, is completely bulletproof, to the point where I've never heard of a 4-speed automatic torque converter Maruti Suzuki gearbox failing. I've had friends who've done 2 lakh kilometers on them, 3 lakh kilometers on them. They're just absolutely bulletproof. And this package with the K15, with the 4-speed automatic, with the all-wheel drive, the 4-wheel drive and the low-range gearbox sort of existed. It has existed for a while now. So I'm only guessing that they've done this out of convenience, out of the fact that people are going to be ragging on this car, and that just makes it a lot more reliable. What would I have liked? Ideally, a booster jet engine, 6-speed automatic from that car. That's the Franks behind us. I'm going to laugh every time I say that name. But from that car, that powertrain I would have ideally liked. But well, this is what you're going to get. This is what we're going to have to live with. What you aren't going to get is a 2-wheel drive version. Maruti has said completely no chance that a 2-wheel drive version is coming. And the other thing that we're not going to get is that 3-door version of this car. Well, I think that's a mistake, because they make those here for export markets. But, well, nonetheless, better something than nothing. And I mean, this is still a cool looking car. I mean, it looks cool, it looks cute. And talking about the way it looks, I think now we should sort of take another look around the outside, because there are some little bits and pieces and elements that make you smile. Because again, it's such a cute car, you want to just go coodly-woodly with it. But it's not only cute, you put stuff on it, it could become a bit of a mean thing as well. Right, so let's have a look at some of the design bits. I'm going to step off the counter here and let the car do its thing. Yep, and we're going to talk about the little design bits as the car rolls around. Let's talk about the grille. Vertical slats, we've seen that again. We've seen this on the earlier Gypsies. The later ones had that sort of horizontal grille bar thing. This is a hark back to the original one. 15-inch wheels. I would have had larger ones, 185 section tires. These are going to be enough to go off-road and on-road. But again, bigger ones would have been nicer. These are nice, big, chunky little wheel arch extensions. And of course, you've got a spare wheel at the back. Again, very typically Gypsy. I'm going to make my way around. Again, nice, big, plastic, chunky bumper. You know, these are really cool. And I'm going to assume that people are going to put larger, bigger ones on these, because it's just going to be nice. Again, this, look, it's all harkbacks to the Gypsy that we had in India. That plastic bit is on the Gypsy. This plastic bit's on the Gypsy. The off-road bumper is very similar to what the stock metal bumper on the Gypsy was. And again, I'm sure that a lot of people are going to change that bumper around and put nicer looking bumpers. And of course, you get LED DRLs or LED DRL, small DRL, and projector LED headlamps in this car. Now that is missing on the International Jimny. The International Jimny does not get that. The Indian one does. I think it looks great because, well, anyways, people were going to put aftermarket headlamps on this car. But now that you get these factory fitted or stock, maybe people might not put them on. So maybe people won't have mechanics sort of cut wires and add headlights in. Overall, I think this color, of course, looks the best because it's the most iconic color. And of course, if you get one of these, do get them in the two-tone, because this dividing line is just so perfect. It screams for a two-tone paint job. Now, two-tone option is only available on this green and on the red. I would get the red, obviously. But as I said in the other video, if you want to make your Jimny iconic, get this. Probably paint the wheels white, because I think that will go really well with the rest of the car. And maybe a white roof on this. It sort of gives me ideas. But then that's the thing. This car makes you think of things that you want to do with it even before you've bought it. And talking about buying it, if you do want to buy it, bookings are now open. I believe it's 11,000 rupees. But from what I've heard, dealers are actually asking for 25,000 rupees to book the car, because that's what their dealer document says. Not verified. Check with your dealer for that. But prices will be announced in May, so you're going to get your car in May, hopefully. There will be a long waiting period. I'm assuring you there's going to be a long waiting period on one of these. Tell me, what do you think of the Jimny? You like it, not like it? Oh, we completely forgot to do one thing. We completely forgot to actually have a look at what the boot is like. Easiest way to find out. Yep, I fit in it.